We got 198 cases of Supreme Darkness data for you. You guys aren't going to believe who's short printed. Make sure you guys smash the crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more OS content. Now, keep in mind here, as per usual, this is core set data. This is a pretty good indicator of kind of how the set's going to be structured up here. And I've also heard some stories about some misprint stuff floating around. We'll talk a little bit more about that in another video, but there's always going to be QC stories out here with these products. It feels more so than ever out here. So, your secret rares. So, a set coming in at 476, which is not too terrible. We've got Poseidra, the Storming Atlantine, at 474. We got Liberator Ito. Oh boy, I forgot. Ito was a card in the set at 473. Mulcharmy Meows at 475, which is not bad. Abao Q coming in at 474. Argo Stars Glorious Audra at 472. 482 Tenyi Suruyas. I'm okay with that, actually. We got Evil Hero Dead End Prison at 477. Snake Eyes Doom Dragon at 476. And Saint Azamina at 469. Okay, so I mean your secret rares within variants, everything is projected to be the same. Those are your usually important numbers. Now, like I said, with core sets, numbers will usually they're within variants out here. Where our problem is going to start here is in the ultra rares. There is a pretty big issue in the ultras, and I don't like this because, you know, things are supposed to be skewed a little bit more favorable in the ultra rares typically. So starting things off here, you have 596 Metal Flame Swordsman. Okay, you know, that's a large quantity. It's more than what's available in the standard typical secret rare slot. That's fine. But then you look at 745 test bears. Huh? How do we have such a... How do we have 150 swing on that? So it does kind of confirm, you know, the whole, you know, there are more prints of this stuff, but there are some very, very interesting swings on that data. You have 735 Neos Lords. I'm not all that surprised to see that Neos Lord is printed into Oblivion, because Konami wants you to have those. The Argo Stars Lightning Taidu, 739. Man, math is hard sometimes. Ame no Murakumo no Mitsurugi, 736. Mitsurugi Ritual, 734. So you should have no problem whatsoever acquiring copies of the Mitsurugi cards, because these are in the 700 numbers, especially considering how much of an impact the Mitsurugi stuff has had, or how excited people are for what this theme actually brings to the table. I think that that's not bad. Now we have 585 copies of Toxic Bubble. I don't like that. I don't like that Toxic Bubble is feeling a little bit lower in terms of your numbers. That's interesting, especially with Nebula Neos. Why would the card that people want to consider maybe as a 3 of? I don't know. It's interesting. Tenyi Spirit Mula Ahara at 662. So we do have a little bit of a straggler there in variation. Queen Azamina at 589. We've got the Primite Dragon Aether Barrel at 591. So, well, for you Blue Eyes mains out here, I guess this means that while this stuff will be available, it's not going to be, you know, super cheap quantities, which is a little bit interesting to see. I mean, either way, the Primite Dragon was going to be in short supply for what's available. Goblin Biker is gone bonkers. 738 of those. Okay. Got Clockwork Knight coming in at 731. I'm actually happy to see this, considering the fact that Clockwork Knight is literally just going to kind of turn the entire Crystron deck on. And it allows for some actually pretty insane combos out here. It's pretty good. Now, This is the biggest shocker of all out here. Crystal Clear Wing over Synchro Dragon. 462 of these. Does that feel a little bit weird to anybody that we can see that number is like 140 lower than heading on up to any other number? No, I'm not surprised to see this, but like you made a one of so low in quantity. I guess maybe if we start to see this card hit the 5-cent mark, maybe that's an indicator. Pick it up. And then we have Rexstrom Tremende out here coming in at 738. So your issue in this slot was the fact that we do have an ultra rare that is so low in quantity. It's actually kind of crazy to see that. Now, your quarter centuries. This is always my favorite time because there's a lot of time out here that you will see some numbers that look very interesting, and it's kind of hard to track variance of this. But from previous sets to this one, there was a deficit of 61 quarter centuries. Now, what in the world do I mean by that? So, with similar case data in the past across the board here, when looking at sets like this, there were 61 less pulled QCRs in these 198 cases comparatively to other sets in the past, that's a major thing. I don't know why this is, or if this had to do with all of the issues that was seen on the printing side of things, but that's rough. So, only 12 copies of a set in quarter century. That is interesting. I did not expect that one to be so low, but okay. Poseidra out here at 13. So I guess to the Atlantean Mermail players, you do have a little bit of excitement to look forward to out here. And then we have 28 copies of Liberator Ito. I cannot name a card that I would want to pull less of than Liberator Ito in this set, but 28 quarter centuries, how mystical. They got 30 copies of Mulcharmy Meows. Now this is actually good though. The fact that you did pull the Mulcharmy in, literally good high quantities, that's good. And that's typically what you will see in the quarter century slot out here is a lot of these cards will be, the better ones typically end up having a higher pull ratio. Or maybe they're just incredibly lucky. Abao Q coming in at 24. So like the Mulcharmy, we're hitting some good numbers with those. Argo Stars Glorious Audra at 13. That's interesting for low numbers. We have 27 of the Tenyi Spirit. So Saruya, actually interesting. Dead End Prison at 13. Ugh, sorry, hero players, but don't worry. You have, what is this? This Doomed Dragon coming in at 26. That's interesting. Saint Azamina at 23. Metal Flame Swordsman at 13. 13 Test Bears. 30 copies of Neos Lord. That's good news. That's a lot of Neos Lord in circulation. Same thing out here with Lightning Taidu. 30 of these? Ugh. We have the Amino Murakumo no Mitsurugi coming in at 30 and 29 of the Ritual. Those TCG exclusives looking pretty good. Evil Hero Toxic Bubble at 12. Why is that so low? I don't like that, actually. Tenyi Spirit Mula Adhara at 28. Queen Azamina being the stickler out here, being the lowest number pulled. Now, I'm not surprised to see that. We got 15 Primite Dragons. Yikes. 26 Goblin Bikers Gone Bananas. 23 Clockwork Night. 33 Clockwork Nights. Okay, I'll take that. 26 Crystal Clear Overwing Synchro Dragons. 23 Rexstrom Tremende, and only 13 copies of the Paladin. Overall, your set ratio data is within the realm of expectations here. People like to see the numbers on 198 cases. Well, there you go. You got everything that you want to see. But in terms of things, that got some very interesting variation swings in here. So please, leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. And I will see your beautiful faces back here later in the day, guys. Peace out. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.